Curiosities about people 4. Welcome to the Encrypted Knowledge channel. Today we will talk about curiosities about people, so let's continue seeing some curiosities about people that you surely did not know at all yet. The halo effect pervades everything. One of the psychological phenomena that influence more in social relations is what is known as the halo effect. That term describes a propensity to make judgments global and positive about people, physical or legal, from the fact of knowing of its most notable characteristics. For example, it has been observed that people who fit better with the canons of beauty tend to make better impressions also in relation to the rest of its characteristics by those who know little about them. Memories always change. Another of the most psychological curiosities interesting has to do with memory. And it is that despite the fact that many times we use the metaphor of the archives full of documents for refer to how memories are contained in our brain, the truth is that all our memories, they are constantly changing, no matter what we do. It is impossible for the contents of our memory will always remain the same. The limit of working memory. In most people, working memory works without too many problems, be that the elements that we must keep or manipulate in it are more than 7. Two types of intelligence. Intelligence can be divided into two main categories: fluid intelligence, based on mental agility, and intelligence crystallized, skill-based when using the stored information. The importance of context in drug addictions. Drug addictions do not just arise from the interaction of the brain with substances consumed, but also from the context. Move to a very different place and stop keep in touch with old friends that they also consumed ago. In many cases, the addiction wears off. We remember better the first and the last. Before a series of elements to memorize, for example, the shopping list, we remember better the first and the last. The third-person effect. The psychological phenomenon called third-person effect is that, as a general rule, we tend to believe that we are less susceptible to believe information fake compared to most people, and that those people with whom we have regular contact, and that we also appreciate they are less gullible than the average citizen. The face perception system. The human mind is especially good at recognizing small details on the faces through the sense of vision. We are not so sensitive to nuances of the other parts of the body that we see. The nocebo effect. People who think they should be being treated and are not receiving that care health, they are more prone to developing problems of health. This is known as the nocebo effect. The relationship between sleep and memory. Every time we sleep, we contribute to the information collected during the day remain consolidated in our memory. Differences in theory of the mind between men and women. Theory of mind is the ability to infer emotional and cognitive states in other people without confusing what they believe, feel, or think with what we believe, feel, or think. It has been seen that women, on average, they tend to have these skills more developed. Diffuse ideologies. Although many people have preferences very marked as to which political parties are good and which are bad, really just a small minority present ideologies consistent and stable over time. Binge eating without hunger. Many people eat without realizing that. They are not hungry, just to ease their discomfort. Limit of 150 in groups. Groups of more than 150 people, approximately, they need a series of clearly defined rules and roles assigned that allow the creation of subgroups to function good and not generate conflicts. This is what I know as the Dunbar number. Anxiety and the immune system. It has been proven that the fact of keeping ourselves in an anxious state for long periods causes the immune system to be weakened as long as that state of anguish or stress is maintained. The pupils and the attractiveness. When we look at something or someone that attractive, the pupils dilate more. Lack of sleep leads to self-deception. People who sleep little have a capacity to concentrate and reason much less than the rest of the people due to the fact of sleeping little, but not only that, but also they tend not to realize it. Vision blind spots. The human eye is made in a way that in our visual field there is a point where we do not capture visual stimuli, since in that place the retina fuses with the optic nerve. However, we don't realize it, because our brain invents that information. The ability to create images in the mind has brain foundations. The degree to which we are capable of creating images in our imagination depends on the level of random neural activity on one side of the brain known as the visual cortex. Friends matter more than parents. Although the family greatly influences the development of boys and girls, groups of friends their age are even more influential. The Forer effect. Human beings are predisposed to identify with ambiguous descriptions of people. Quickly we take it for granted that we fit in with what is explained. Opposites do not attract. Couples formed by people with interests or very different personalities tend to go through more problems than those made up of similar people. We hope you liked this video. Subscribe to see more videos and not miss any. See you next time.